So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you so far what we've said for differentiation is that if we have a function f of x and it's equal to x to the n, then the rule is that f prime is equal to nx to the n minus 1. Now this held when we said that n was a natural number. But what if n is an integer? That's a bad z. That's a bad bolded z. So I'll just write it like this. And remember that the integers are these guys. Okay, well, what happens in that case? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to use those rules that we just used for the quotient. So I'm going to say, okay, let's let, for example, let's let f of x equal x to the negative k, where k is an element of the natural numbers. Now what I can do, so what I'm doing is I'm going back to this thing up here, okay? To get rid of that negative, I can rewrite that like this. Okay. Now I can take the derivative as long as x is not 0 in this case. Okay. Because otherwise this guy ends up being 0 on the bottom. This is going to be equal to the bottom times the derivative of the top minus the top times the derivative of the bottom. Over the bottom squared, like that. Okay. Now let's do a little bit of a cleaning up here. So this is going to be equal to 0 minus k times x to the k minus 1 over x to the 2k, because when you have a power raised to a power raised to a power here, we're going to multiply these guys together. So this is going to be equal to negative k x k minus 1 over x to 2k. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring this guy up top by making its exponent negative again. So same trick. Like that. And so this is negative k x to the k minus 1 minus 2k, which would be negative k x to the negative k minus 1. So, well, what does that give us? That gives us our rule here. We said x to the negative k was our original function. So right here is our original function. All we do is we bring down the power and subtract 1 off of it. So for example, let me do it with some numbers here. Let's say g of x was equal to x to the negative 4th. Then g prime of x would be equal to negative 4x to the negative 4 minus 1, which would be negative 4x to the negative 5. Just like that.